What's up, all my good people, all my great people? What's going on? RC Talks WNBA, RC Talks NBA, RC Talks anything basketball, right? That's what we do. So, on today's video, guys, I wanted to talk what's wrong with our beloved WNBA. What's wrong? What's right? What's right and what's wrong with the WNBA? So, first off, let me clarify this. For me personally, there's nothing that bothers me about the WNBA that could make me stop watching a product. You've had fans who have been fickle forever. They're tired of the old, they want the new. They were upset each and every year when rookies get cut, and now they don't want to watch anymore. If you love the sport of women's basketball, you will find some players or somebody that you like that plays the game and you can support and get behind them and root for. There's no excuse. Some people are mad about the on-court product. You're entitled to. We shouldn't give you an inclination that you should abandon the game. Not if you say you love it. So, what's wrong with the WNBA? Well, in my opinion, as I said before, there's nothing that's truly wrong with it in my thoughts. But if I had to find something wrong, I'd say that a lot of players need to get better at delivering, at finishing. That's what I don't know what I was going with delivering, but a lot of players need to get better with finishing. A lot of players need to work on their ability to make layups. The superstars can make layups, and it's no biggie at all. It's no problem. Yeah, the great superstars is easy as 1, 2, 3 for them. But a lot of players, up and coming, vets too, need to work on their transition layups. They really have to get into the gym working double, triple time because you're not dunking the ball. So when you get the easy basket, you need to make it because some of these low scores can be a bit disconcerting because if the scores are going to be coming up low, you're missing some exciting basketball because you're getting all these low scores because players are missing layups that they probably shouldn't make. And in my estimation, that needs to be worked upon. Double, triple, quadruple time. Work on them layups and work on it hard so that you're not missing easy opportunities to convert baskets. That should get the score up some. You look over at certain teams, and it's a few, in my opinion, that lack a real sense of direction. Be that due to injuries, be that due to bad drafting, be that due to not scouting great, be to not really looking overseas exclusively or as thoroughly as they should. It's problematic. A lot of teams just seem to be floating in purgatory, for lack of better phrasing. And I look at Phoenix, they just truly still look abysmal. I did a video saying that Brittany Griner may need to consider leaving, but it's all she knows. It's home for her, and she probably won't even entertain that thought. But at some point, if Phoenix is going to continue to play this abysmal, she at least has to waive her options. I mean, even Candace Parker waived her options with the Chicago Sky after last season. And she decided to come to Las Vegas, and she's having the time of her life. And the Aces are doing great. So, I mean, the Phoenix Mercury, a lot of what's wrong with the WNBA seem to be rudderless. You take Brittany Griner away, and this is a surefire lottery team. I'm wondering, because it's still early in the season, Yes, they are a horrible 2-9, but it's very early. It's still early, guys. It's not like the season is halfway over. But if they play another 5 to 10 games and they don't start stacking the wins or getting wins, Phoenix is headed nowhere fast, and it's unfortunate. Shouldn't be that way, but then you got Diana Taurasi. She's on her way out. She's trying to hang on for whatever reason, and respect the legend. I give her props for giving all that she got. Hopefully they can get back out there and put a better on-court product showing for the Phoenix Mercury. And then you look at a team like Washington. Miraculously, they're 7-4. I don't think that they should really be 7-4. They turn it on, they turn it off. And I guess the same could possibly be said for the Dallas Wings. They turn it on, turning it off. But the Mystics are 7-4. And if Elena Deladon isn't going ham and turkey at the same time, they tend to struggle. We're looking for more. I am looking for more consistency out of Natasha Cloud, Brittany Sykes, and what's her name? Shakira Austin. I'm looking to see if they can bring that every night. Maybe Washington can continue to rise up the standings. But right now, you're looking at Connecticut and Las Vegas. It's the cream of the crop. The top of the mountain players. And you're wondering if they could be caught. You got the Liberty, same amount of losses as the Sun, but got a couple of blemishes. And I don't see dominance from the Liberty as I see it from the Aces, even though, as I have said in countless videos prior, Jonquel Jones is working her way back into to playing shape. Sabrina Ionescu has been has missed a game or so. You've been mostly getting consistency from Breanna Stewart, but at the same token, the Liberty they're gonna have to. I know it sounds wrong and mean to me to say this, but I think they need to step it up and be grateful to be 7-3, but they got to look as dominant as the Aces, or is it not possible? Because I think they could be had by the Sun or the Mystics in their conference when the playoffs start. So I'm just saying, the Liberty don't look, like an invincible bunch. You don't like it. What can I tell you? There's nothing I can tell you. They just need to play, together, be out on the court all the time, get their big three all healthy and right. Then you look at teams like Minnesota Lynx and the Seattle Storm. Both of these teams started out with horrible records, and while they still have under 500 records, they've been able to beat up on a few teams and, cash in on a few victories. So, nobody, with the exception of the Aces, look truly dominant. And I'm taking my bias out on that one. I'm not. I mean, you guys know I'm a Aces fan, but I'm being biased by saying that nobody looks quite like the Aces do. I mean, Minnesota and Seattle, as I said, will go and get victories over Atlanta and Indiana and Phoenix, and then they'll go play either the Sun or the Liberty or the Aces, and then they'll get quickly brought back down to earth. So I mean, nobody outside of the Aces and the Sun, and I worry about them losing Breanna Jones to injury now. I big time worry about the Sun. Nobody looks quite as dominant and ready for the long haul like the Aces do. And the one thing that does worry me about my Aces, Shout out to a big WNBA channel. And when I say big, I mean big in terms of talking about the game, bar none. Not worried about what anyone says, but just talking facts as it comes to the WNBA. But this gentleman brought up the fact that what if the Aces work some of their players too hard into overdrive and they come up injured, then what? Like Chelsea Gray, and that made me kind of like scratch my head, like, yeah, what if? Because Becky does play Chelsea a lot, Kelsey a lot. It's like we don't really have the depth that we desire, that we truly need. Maybe it gets better when Raquana comes back, Raquana Williams, but a lot of teams don't have that depth. I think that's the Mercury's problem. They don't have, a bunch of bench studs, like bench player, great bench players. I won't use that word again, but they don't have a lot of bench key players that could come in and just do their thing and help. Shug Sutton. I keep butchering her name. It's easy to say Shug Sutton. It's pretty decent. But, they don't have the depth that they need. So I just look around and just see a whole bunch of middle of the pack teams. Enrique Agumawale getting all these big numbers, and they sitting there like 6-6, 6-7. It's just a whole WNBA all together. Subtracting, of course, the Aces and the Suns and the Liberty don't separate themselves too much from the pack. The Chicago Sky battling injuries, like crazy. They started out good, get a little inconsistent, got the shit back right. Now they 5-7. But here's the good thing about it being early as it is. Nobody's really out of it. You win 3 to 5 games and you lose only 1 or 2. You start moving up the standings. Aaliyah Boston is looking fabulous, wonderful for the Indiana Fever. Definitely want to catch me a Indiana Fever game, just if only to see Aaliyah Boston. But the Fever haven't been that great of a team record-wise. And they lost some games they probably should have won. I guess you could say that for every team, though, even for the Aces, for my Aces. But, the Fever don't look like they're about to be getting into the playoffs unless they start running off a whole bunch of wins, a whole rack of wins. I just can't see it. So you got the LA Sparks, another team that's just sitting right there, glancing in and out of purgatory. Just, they don't have the consistency that they need to get these wins defensively, offensively. Then they dealing with injuries. They got key players that went down. De'Erica Hamby is trying to get all the way back to being herself. Miss Jack of all trades, Miss Big Guard, cheering for, rooting for. She's had a couple of good games, some subpar games. I just don't know, guys. I'm wondering, who is going to reveal themselves to be good, to be great? Like I said, snatch the Aces out the picture. Snatch the Sun out the picture. Snatch the Liberty away. And didn't look around. Then you got 9 other teams. And you just don't know what you're going to get. You really don't know. You think you know what you're going to get from Washington. If Chicago is fully healthy, you think you know what you're going to get. Phoenix, if BG and Diana Taurasi are playing, you still don't know what you're going to get. The Sparks, if they get their full support and cast back, you think that, okay, they're going to continue to be a good team. I do think they have overachieved, so I will give them that. Of course, Phoenix has underachieved, in my opinion, because Mariah Jefferson and Sophie Cunningham, yeah, they good big players, but they're not moving the needle. So, yeah, guys, I mean, this is my little take on the WNBA, and what's right with it before I get up out of here, because I basically been focusing on what's been going wrong. I almost end the video without talking about what's right with the WNBA and focusing on so much negativity with it. But I will say this about what's right with the WNBA is the Las Vegas Aces show you how you should play basketball, a dominating team, an unapologetic bunch, superstars galore, play the game the right way, setting up to be defending champions, barring catastrophe injuries. Because, outside of something like that, the Aces are, top of the food chain, essentially, and they play the game, the right way in my eyes. And people got mad about them blowing teams out. Hey, you don't like it, do something about it, the champs, they should feel themselves. They are the champs. What else is right with it? I love AJ Wilson's grit, determination, fight, always showing up, always available. Another thing that's right with the WNBA is the competitive nature. Is really high. You could also say that it's a lot of teams with the same record because everybody's fighting. You could also say that it's a lot of teams fighting, scratching and clawing for wins, so you got to give them that. You look around, everybody out there trying to get some victories. What else is right with the league? Aaliyah Boston, shining bright like a diamond. Aaliyah Boston has really shined bright, y'all, and you see it in her play. She elevating higher. She's just becoming more and more consistent, doing a little bit of everything on the court, rebounding, blocking shots, passing the rock, post game. If every rookie was like Aaliyah Boston, the league would be in much better shape. But also, Aaliyah Boston has been afforded the time to play in all fairness. What else is right with the league? When everybody is healthy over in NY, I think they're going to be a sight to see. When Sabrina is fully healthy, locked in, you're looking at one of the greatest WNBA players that's ever been out there. When Sabrina is fully healthy, locked in, Breanna Stewart's already one of the greatest. So the Liberty, they patch up one or two things, gel together, get JJ right. They should be back, back looking even stronger than ever. So it's a good thing because the Liberty can easily be one of the most dominant teams in this whole WNBA association. So, it's a good look to see, the Liberty out there. They already got a great record, but it can get better. And that's about it. And that's the only thing I can really think of in terms of things keeping the WNBA great. I mean, keeping the WNBA right. What's right about it? Yeah. Hopefully we'll see more rookies get a chance to play. Haley Jones has looked better. The Atlanta Dream. The Atlanta Dream are another team. They loaded. They loaded. The whole team is loaded, man. Cheyenne Parker, Ryan Howard, Haley Jones is coming about. But the thing about the Atlanta Dream, though, they're not separating from the pack either. So, but you got a lot of up-and-coming players, a lot of good up-and-coming teams, and eventually I think everything will work its way out. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to go ahead and shut this video down and call it a day. And not call it a day, but call this video a day. And I'm going to be back to talk to you guys real soon. All right, peace.